Ethan, I want to thank you for coming to camp. My name's Thad Johnson with ABC, and I'll be doing your pitching lesson here today. Talk about a couple different things to help you with your delivery. First thing we want to address is your foot placement on the ground in front of the rubber. You have a huge gap in between your foot and the rubber, and the one thing we need to make sure we do is you get your foot butted up against that rubber so you can use it to drive off of as you start to fall towards home plate. If it's in front of the rubber, your foot's just going to slip and you're going to be pitching off a loose footing on your backside. So let's go ahead and make sure we pay attention. Just be aware of when you move into your windup that you always get that foot right there against the rubber. It just takes practice. You need to pay attention to it a few times before you can start feeling it happen, and it's just being aware of where you are and how big your steps are and things of that nature. So moving on to the balance position, the one thing we want to make sure we do is we keep all of our weight, toes up through the top of the head over our back foot, or they should just be in line, excuse me. So you do a good job at the top of doing this. You have a pretty good balance point. One thing I'd like to see just cleaned up just a little bit is I'd like to see your top half, your shoulders just be a little bit more squared up between second base and home. So you're just going to want to kind of turn your upper half just a little bit so it's facing the target a little bit more. What's going to happen is you have a very, very open delivery as you drive yourself towards home plate. You stride really open, and a lot of this is due to a lot of your your movements with your bodies that you do before you throw the pre-pitch. So you're kind of coiled up. Now as we approach the directional phase, once you hit the top, I'd like to see it. Once you get to the top of the delivery, I'd like to see it from this position. Ethan, let me kind of back it up a little bit, but I'd like to see it from this position to begin to move forward. What's going to happen is you're going to start to see that lower half move forward. Your hands are going to break. Okay, your hands will break. Your backhand will come down, drop the baseball out. Your glove will then take off forward with your top half, and all this stuff happens from the ground up. So it's your hips, followed by the hand separation, followed by your shoulders and your head moving forward. Okay, so what you do is your initial movement is to lean over. So we kind of start to lean over our body, and now you're turned, so you're rotated in, your top half is rotated in, and you're going into a lean over delivery, and you really haven't even moved forward yet. So you're losing a lot of your energy that's supposed to be going into the pitch right now, and you're just putting it into the ground. And what's going to happen as you approach home plate, you're going to then begin to stand your top of your body. You're gonna try to stand back up or get tall with the top half and rotate your shoulders out. And what happens is you create a very, very rotational offline delivery. And as you can see, as you land on home, as your foot lands here, as we speed it up just a hair, your foot lands, you have a very, very high elbow. You got a very, very high elbow, which is not a great thing. Your stride is not in line with home plate. Okay, it's another thing, and a lot of this has to do with the fact that you are leaning over and early rotating your top half. Okay, you're just flying open. And we want to make sure that we stay closed. We stay closed with the top half. We're gonna speed up to the next pitch here, and we'll get out to the same exact position. But as you early rotate your top half and then try to uncoil your shoulders and stand up, it'll cause you to just open up a little bit. So we want to make sure that we do stay close with the top half, and that early rotation creates that rotational delivery. That front side is no longer going to stay in line. Your lower half's not going to stay in line, and ideally we'd like those shoulders to go straight towards that target. Okay, we'd like our lower half, our legs to go straight. We'd like our lower half to go straight towards that target. Okay, you do a little bit better job on the second pitch right here, but it's inconsistent. Your elbow, you got to drop this back elbow right here. This is a concern, injury concern. Your elbow needs to be in a little bit better position. You can do this at mirror work, but ideally I'd like to see your elbow be probably in more or less in that position right there. You can do a one knee drill, Ethan, where you get this position right here is called the loaded position, and at the loaded position you can drop your knee to the ground and just work on playing catch with a partner, where you're working on having that closed front side where your glove stays in line with that front foot. Okay, and you just work that top half where you drop your hands. As you drop your hands out, make sure that elbow stays down, and as you drive forward, okay, you get all that energy out over your front leg. See right here, as you collapse that back side, your head needs to be forward. I'd like for that head to be all the way out there in front of your front foot, in front of your left foot, to go along with your chest and your glove. If you do a good job with your glove, as we back you up, we get to that loaded position again. Your glove should go from your chest, or from out here, and it should drive directly into your chest if you're doing a good job with your front side. And as you can see, you're losing that front side. Your head's kind of dipping backwards off to the left, and you're not getting the full extension that you really could through the baseball. So a couple things to work on, and what we'll do is we'll go back to the top, to the front of the delivery. We will just do a quick little review. So right off the bat, as we move forward here, Ethan, we want to make sure that from the balance position, we're aware of where our foot placement is. Make sure our back foot is planted up against the rubber. We move up to a balanced position. All of our energy should be moving forward. All of our energy should be moving forward towards the plate, not into the ground. Okay, we don't want to lean over into the ground. We want to make sure that we're nice and tall. So you're going to work on staying nice and tall as you crash forward. You're going to stay tall above the waist. You're going to stride in line. You're going to keep that glove out there with your front foot. Okay, instead of rotational, you direct. Everything wants to be direct. That's all you're thinking about, being direct to home plate. Okay, chest is going to go to the glove as opposed to letting that glove drop off, and then we're going to finish out in front. Head's going to get forward, chest is going to get over that front leg. So really the couple drills that you can do that will really make sense for you is you can do a mirror drill where you work on that balance position. Okay, and you just take a look at your initial fall to home plate. Hips go forward, break the hands, and our top half goes forward. Okay, no more leaning over. Mirror's going to be your best friend. And then from the loaded position, when your foot, you get that front foot down on the ground, you're going to drop yourself to a one knee, and you're going to play catch with a partner, doing a one knee drill, working on having a low elbow on your takeaway, throw the baseball, and really try to feel that glove stay nice and firm out in front of you, and feel your top half go to your glove. So I want to thank you for coming to camp. Hope you learned a little bit here today, and we look forward to seeing you out there again sometime soon.